What's going on, guys? So today we're going to be talking about Aurora Cannabis and their earnings. Also, if you guys are paying attention to the markets right now, Aurora Cannabis is currently down 8.58% on the day. And there's a few reasons as to why that's happening right now. One of the main ones, which we will get into more into the video, was Aurora Cannabis predicted, or they announced, that they were going to release between $100 million to $107 million in sales. And Aurora Cannabis went slightly below it, and I've talked about this in the past where I was saying Aurora Cannabis may have overestimated themselves, and this could actually be a bad thing for Aurora Cannabis. And what do you know, it actually happened. Because if Aurora Cannabis predicted or announced that they would release $90 to $97 million in revenue and they went 99, they might have had a better day today. But because they went below their estimations, Aurora is getting beat up right now, down 8.7% currently on the day. So before we get this video started, don't forget, give me a quick thumbs up. If you're new to this channel, hit that notification bell, smash that subscribe button, and let's get this video started. So right here we're looking at Aurora charts, and as you can see, we spoke about this on the live stream yesterday, and I'm sorry I couldn't make it to the earnings live. I just ran out of time, and last Aurora earnings, they took over 3-4 hours to release their earnings, and I was literally live streaming for 4 hours. Unfortunately, I didn't have the time to do the whole live stream because I had things to do, but we're just going to review what happened yesterday on the live stream. So for quite some time, I've had these lines, the support and resistance, both downtrending. And Aurora Cannabis has been consistently downtrending pretty much since the end of April. And finally, yesterday or 2 days ago, Aurora Cannabis broke above this downtrending resistance line and also broke above the $8 resistance line. And that's exactly what it was. It was a resistance line. So as you can see right here, we're going to extend this line a little further. $8 line. So Aurora Cannabis broke above it and immediately got rejected, immediately went below it. On the bright side, if we do extend this downtrending resistance line, it does seem like Aurora Cannabis is still a little bit above it. Now we're going to see if it continues to go below it and break below this resistance line, or if it's going to bounce above it and do what I was talking about yesterday and hopefully start to uptrend. So right now Aurora Cannabis just keeps getting even worse, down 8.81%, currently sitting at $7.76. Could this potentially be a good buying opportunity for me? I've spoke about this in the past where I won't be picking up Aurora shares unless it goes below $7.20. Why that magical number? That's because I currently own Aurora shares at $7.21, so I do not plan to average up on Aurora. I actually plan on averaging down. That's my strategy. I don't like averaging up on any positions. It's just a rule that I set and I try not to break it. So unless Aurora goes below $7.20, I'm hoping for $7, then I won't be purchasing any more Aurora shares. So now let's talk about a few numbers right here. So this is exactly what I was talking about at the beginning of the video, which Aurora had a revenue guidance which was 100 to 107 million Canadian dollars. The company also missed analyst estimates of 108 million Canadian dollars because Aurora generated a net revenue which still was an increase of 52% year over year of $98.9 million, so $99 million. And I spoke about this in the past, that even if Aurora landed on $100 million on the dot, I think that would still be too low. The fact that they set the bar a little too high was not a good thing for them. I feel like they should have set it a little lower. They should have said 95 million. They should have said 90 million. And then that way investors would have been not as disappointed. Maybe if they did say anything below 100 million, investors would have been disappointed because analysts estimated 108 million. So the company's net revenues were in line with the guidance. The revenues rose 61% sequentially to 94.6 million Canadian dollars. The company expected growth in all of its business segments. Canadian consumer cannabis revenue rose 52% to $44.9 million. Medical cannabis revenue also rose 10% to $29.7 million. These are all Canadian dollars. The company's wholesale revenues were around 20.1 million Canadian dollars. So Aurora expected an increase in cash cost to produce per gram and gross margin. The gross margin on cannabis net revenues rose 3% to 58% sequentially. However, the cash cost to produce per gram fell 20% to $1.14 per gram. So the cannabis produced in the fourth quarter rose to 29,034 kilograms compared to 15,590 kilograms higher. Did Aurora's profitability increase. Aurora expected to report a positive EBITDA. However, the company reported a negative EBITDA of 11.7 million Canadian dollars. The EBITDA was lower than analysis estimates of 19.5 million Canadian dollars and the EBITDA during the same period last year. So I'm not sure if I'm remembering this correctly or incorrectly, but there was a Cam Batley interview where he said that they would have a positive EBITDA this quarter. Some of my viewers, some people are telling me that he said it would be next quarter, but from what I know so far, every quarter they keep saying that they're going to be positive next quarter. They're getting a little closer, $11.7 million negative EBITDA, almost there, but still no positive EBITDA. So Aurora Cannabis announced a fiscal fourth quarter net loss of $2.26 million on the revenue of $98.94 million. Also, analysts surveyed by FactSet had estimated adjusted losses of 6 cents a share on revenue of $108 million last year. In the same quarter, Aurora reported an income of $79.9 million or 17 cents a share. So when it's all said and done, Aurora Cannabis did not have a horrible quarter, but they did set the bar too high, and unfortunately they went below that bar, which just didn't cut it for investors. Another thing, once again, Aurora Cannabis wasn't profitable this quarter, so that's another disappointing thing. And I've said this millions of times, they needed to knock the ball out of the park. They needed to get $110 million in revenue in order for them to have a good trading day today. Unfortunately, they didn't even reach 100 million. I don't know what Aurora was thinking, giving out those numbers, 100 to 107 million dollars. I spoke negatively about that the moment I read that, and some people told me I was wrong because Aurora might actually be underestimating themselves, potentially going above 110, but I had a bad feeling about what was going to happen. Maybe they only did that because the day they announced that article where they said they had over 100 to 107 million in revenue this quarter, they did have a nice green day. So now all those gains that they had, they pretty much are losing now. I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye out on Aurora. I'm still looking for Aurora to go below $7.20. That's when I'll be purchasing some Aurora shares. That's it for Aurora earnings. At the end of the day, Aurora Cannabis is growing. Their revenues are growing over 100% year over year. Their revenues keep growing quarter over quarter. So the company keeps getting better. Sales keep increasing. Everything is slowly falling into place. This is still an industry with a lot of growing pains. And let's not even forget to mention CBD, edibles, all that haven't even become legal yet. That's not even a part of their revenue yet. So as soon as that becomes legal, I do expect these numbers to dramatically increase, because I do think people will be more interested in buying drinks, into buying cookies, all that stuff, as opposed to dried plants, because anyone can really grow a dried plant. I think the most money will be made in branding all these products, which I hope Aurora Cannabis can do a good job. And I still do think Aurora Cannabis needs to land that partner in order to be able to brand their name a little better. But anyways, that's it for Aurora. I hope you guys enjoyed these earnings. But anyways, that's it for Aurora. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about these earnings. Why do you think Aurora Cannabis estimated 100 to 107 million? Do you think they just wanted the stocks to go up that day? Also, are you guys planning on purchasing any Aurora shares after this red day? If not, let me know. But either way, that's it for now, guys. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget, give me a thumbs up. If you're new to this channel, hit that notification bell, smash that subscribe button. I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye bye.